You mean to tell me that the SpaceX starship or whatever blew up this morning and NASA made a compilation video? Those petty bitches made an entire compilation video of Elon Musk's ship blowing up. It is like, oh my god, that makes me, first of all, it makes me so happy. Elon Musk just he cannot make rocket ships. This is like the 9th time one of his very expensive ships has blown up. Just completely blown up. And it's like, these are routine tests. It's not like a big mission. It's just a routine test. And they can't get it off the ground. So, you know what? NASA, I am obsessed with your pettiness. Keep it up. Keep it up, and all of you have a great day.
For people wondering what that compilation is like, here you go. It goes on like that for over 5 minutes.
And she gave no fucks. Not even one. And she lived happily ever after. The end.
We've just experienced a run of Ship 36 prior to a planned static fire test at the Massey's test site in Starbase, Texas. You can still hear some of the popping. The screen went completely white there with that.
Oh my god, I'm shaking.
What?
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. The stuff is still cooking off at Massey's. I don't even...
So, Jack, if you get a chance to try and explain what it looked like and what it sounded like from out in the field.
I mean, I just looked up and saw bright white. I'm sorry, the exposure on the camera was toast. That was... What? I mean, stuff's cooking off. Can you guys hear that? Things are cooking off at Massey's right now.
Yeah. Let's listen for a bit. You can still hear things popping, it sounds like. Is that what you're talking about, Jack?
Yeah, it just sounds like pop, pop, pop. It's a loud rumbling, and in fact, I can see the plume sort of illuminating in conjunction with that sound. I can see some debris falling, it looks like, some flaming debris. I hope we don't get any kind of wildfire. I hope everybody is okay. I mean, that's why they clear out Massey's, and wherever they're doing any tests, that's why they have a blast danger area, and that's why they clear it out. That is so many questions at this point. What on earth just happened? This does not bode well for the Starship program. And I mean, of course, SpaceX will pick up the pieces and figure out what went wrong. But very clearly, a hugely catastrophic anomaly, a huge setback for the Starship program. I mean, how are they going to test any ships? How are they going to cryo any boosters? How are they going to do anything at Massey's? This is not good. This is so not good.
And it's worth noting, the fire there is still burning. This is still a very active situation there after that explosion. Not just, as you pointed out, the destruction of the ship, but based off of the sounds and what we can see, that looks like damage to the Massey's test site, which right now is the only place capable of testing those ships.
NASA called and told us that we'd won a $1.5 billion contract. And I couldn't even hold the phone. It's like, I just blurted out, I love you guys.
They saved you.
Yeah, they did.
Financially and maybe even emotionally.
I'll tell you what, that was definitely helpful.
Doge did not exist 2 years ago. 19-year-olds were not raiding the Treasury 2 years ago. People who have no idea with medical background have not been hauling in and creating kangaroo courts for scientists to dismiss them 2 years ago. That started happening now. Elon Musk is not a scientist. He is not an engineer. He is a billionaire con man with a lot of money. He does not have this kind of good background. And in fact, while there's some disruption over that, I sincerely ask you all to examine what expertise he has in approving medical devices, in biomedical engineering devices. And if you all think that he is an expert in that, I've got a bridge to nowhere to sell you. These are people's lives that are on the line, and we cannot laugh them away. Genuinely, please, I am asking you to please support this amendment for the people who have medical devices stuck in their body. Thank you, and I yield back.
It's universally agreed upon. You know, there's an old show that used to come out, Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader, or whatever grade it is. Let me ask you a question to see if you guys are, as it relates to business. It's universally known that Elon Musk is a genius, correct? Can you tell me one thing he's done to prove that he's a genius? One thing. One thing. Geniuses, specifically in business, have done things no one else has done. The electric car has been around since I was a baby. But before I was born, the idea of a batteried car was around and actually proposed. And if you guys have ever driven a Tesla, it's the simplest vehicle I've ever been in. It's just a charge on a battery, and there's nothing exotic about it. Okay? Marketing, what did he do? I'm trying to figure it out. Jeff Bezos, a genius, right? What kind of genius do you have to be to come up with an idea to sell books? That was the only idea. So how did so much investment come from everything else to be able to logistically move all this other stuff around? Let me stop playing with y'all. Someone asked a businessman in Asia, we don't want the government involved in what we're doing. Okay? He starts to laugh. He says, let me remove a concept that us Americanized Asians have accepted from America about communism. America's involved in every major investment that has taken off in the United States. You say, Mr. Reed, prove it. Okay. We were involved in Microsoft. We were involved in Tesla. We were involved in Apple. Shit. We were the investment that America, not we, were the investment, or the government was the investment that started Silicon Valley. And what I mean by that, Elon Musk got his first investment from the United States. Now, again, thousands of people have gone, I know this personally, have gone before the government to try to get money for battery-operated cars. You know, you say electrical, but it's really battery. There's a difference. You use electrical to power the battery, but there's a difference. Like your toaster doesn't have a battery. So there's a difference. Elon Musk is not a genius. Elon Musk is chosen. And you got to ask yourself, who is he chosen by? I mitigate these stories for one reason and one reason only. To show you guys nobody is Superman. And to stop you from trying to achieve something you'll never achieve. And start working on something that you can. You can be a multimillionaire, you can probably be a billionaire. But when you become as wealthy as these people have, governments are involved in your funding. They're not only involved, they're strategically directing your funding. Y'all don't think it's crazy that since you've been born, all you've ever heard was Boeing, Lockheed? Why these people don't have any competitors? Northrop? Are they just that good? Seems like Boeing keeps making up fucked up planes, and this ain't the first one. They've been making fucked up planes for almost 100 years. It's all a game. And some of you, specifically the rednecks and the new minorities, you accept it because it benefits what you want to think. Bezos just is a hard worker, okay. Now, not denying Bezos wasn't smart. Not denying Elon wasn't smart. Not denying Buffett wasn't smart. Not denying... Do you guys know Buffett was supposed to be in prison? Look it up. This was their justification for not putting Buffett in prison. The investment that he took over was so sophisticated, and the bullshit he put together was so sophisticated, they couldn't. They had to keep him in place. And this was before Berkshire Hathaway. People aren't fucking geniuses. Y'all need to stop fucking saying that. There are no geniuses. There are people that are brilliantly perceptive, and then people take them and use them as tools for their own negotiating strategies and directives. Evaluate your life from a realistic perspective based on the capacity you know you can perform. You can do a lot more with God, and you can do it righteously with integrity and character. And learn to do it overtly and covertly. Don't let anybody know what you're doing. It's amazing. I've been away with, I'm lying. I started around 30 not telling people what I'm doing. I do 3 things. I don't tell you what I'm doing if you're a regular person. If you're an asshole, I lie to you. And if you're real, I feed you slowly. Let me say this before I get off this. All these emails I got, I've probably gotten 4 or 5 of the non-disclosures back. If you don't if the non-disclosures aren't sent back to me, you're not going to be allowed on the phone call when we're talking about the REIT. I'm just telling you. For 2 reasons. If you understand Mr. Reed, Mr. Reed is all about paperwork. You got to have something to show the lawyers the bank. And if your name on that list, you just fucking talking. And Mr. Reed does not just talk. He talks to move forward. So the non-disclosure is the first step that mitigates a lot of motherfuckers.